Photographer's Chronicles, episode 31. Let's go.
Let's create.
What's up, everybody? Today's episode is really going to be for the photographers, but if you're not, feel free to stay around. Today we're going to talk about different lenses. Basically, I want to give y'all an idea of like what it looks like, what it actually looks like, and the differences between the different lens, apertures, things like that. So what I have on my camera right now is actually a 24-70, a Tamron G2. This is a workhorse to me. What's really nice about it, let's see if I can get it to work. I can zoom it in and I can zoom it out. This lens is an adjustable lens. It's a workhorse. To me, I use it for like weddings, events, sometimes street photography. The thing about this lens that's nice is that it keeps you from having to run around as much. You can actually adjust the lens, zoom in, zoom out, instead of having to actually walk up or walk back when it comes to your subject matter. Very versatile. In my opinion, there's other aperture sizes out there, but I suggest a 2.8 at the very minimum. Now, if you got the money, go ahead and do the 1.8, 1.4. Those are very nice, but I think the 2.8 is a good starting point, and it's definitely a workhorse. It's actually set to 2.8 right now, just so I can get a little bit of the blur in the background. Next up, we have a 50 millimeter. Now, this is a Nikon 50 millimeter 1.8. I actually have it set to 1.8 at this point. If you look at the picture, you can see how hopefully this is clear, but my ear may not actually be clear, maybe a little blurry there. The 1.8, I love the 1.8 because it's just a very creative lens to me. Like if I don't want to focus on just like the face, you can actually just adjust to just like the eye or the nose. Like I just love the way it looks as far as the depth of field. This is what a lot of people use for portraits. The thing about the 50 millimeter, in my opinion, is that when you start going up to down to like 35 and lower, you have to worry about a bubble effect. This keeps the portrait flat. It's something to me, depending on what you want to do, the effect of the photo is definitely something that you want to look out for sure. This is a favorite for a lot of photographers. Used to be my favorite, but it's a little different now as far as what I like. This one is my favorite. Now, this is my Sigma 35 millimeter. It's actually a Sigma Art. I have it set to 1.6 aperture right now. It's capable of going down to 1.2, I believe. Now, one thing that I have to mention when it comes to those low aperture numbers is that even though it lets you focus on certain parts of the face and blurs out a lot in the background, it actually lets in a lot of light also. These kind of lenses are good for like night photography. If you do clubs, events, stuff like that, you can actually lower that number and use less ISO. I think it's very important to try to use as least ISO as you possibly can. Even though these cameras are very good now, you really can jump these numbers up when it comes to that. But it's just one of the perks of having low aperture when it comes to these prime lenses. Now this is one of my very, very favorite lenses to use. Very creative. So this is 85 millimeter 1.8 Nikon. I use this usually it's going to be for this is specifically for portraits. This is a beautiful lens. I've tried to figure out why it's so good. A lot of photographers say it's because of compression. All I know is it's really, really, really good if you're trying to do something creative. Now, you can't see this, but I've actually got this lens pushed back. That's one thing that's very important about these lenses is the focal length. Now, with this being 85 millimeter, I have to push it back. The 50, of course, is a little bit closer. The 35 is going to be very close, and to me, that's a very intimate lens. But like I said, this lens is a very beautiful lens. I usually use it for portraits. It can be used for a lot of other things. Just know that you got to do some legwork when it comes to it, but honestly, the results are very worth it. And lastly, this is my Tamron 15-30 millimeter 2.8, I believe. I think this is a 1.8. I don't know. Anyway, I usually use this lens for real estate photography because it is very, very wide. Now I have this thing, you wouldn't believe how close this is to my face. I'm gonna try to move it just to give you guys an idea. This is a heavy lens, man. Oh Lord, hoping it doesn't go too crazy. But yeah, y'all get the idea. It's very wide. Let me zoom in just a bit. Here we go. This is one of my favorite creative lenses too. I do use it for real estate photography, but if you want to do something very creative too, I don't know if you guys are familiar with some of the effects. Like we have like people who have a foot that's close, and the foot looks really big, but then the person looks like they're way back. This is the lens for that, pretty much. Definitely very fun. You can definitely come up with other things to do it for besides real estate. Well, all right, guys, that's all I got for this week. Hopefully you guys learned something. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Drop it down in the comments. I'll definitely get back with you. And if there's something about these lenses that I may not know and you would like to share, please let me know. Because trust me, I am still a student at this. I feel like everybody is still a student. Everybody can learn something. Anyway, y'all be easy.